Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to talk about a profound experience that many of us may face at different points in our lives, the reality of being a woman with no friends. This isn't just a tale of loneliness, it's a reflection on our intrinsic need for connection and belonging. Connection is a fundamental part of our human experience. It's in our DNA to seek out relationships that enrich our lives, provide support, and foster joy. Yet there are moments when we find ourselves feeling isolated, yearning for companionship that seems just out of reach. This loneliness can feel heavy, often accompanied by the weight of societal judgment. It's crucial to acknowledge the struggle and understand that feeling alone doesn't diminish our worth. In these solitary moments, self-compassion becomes our ally. Instead of allowing loneliness to define us, we can choose to cultivate a deep sense of love and acceptance within ourselves. We are not defined by the number of friends we have, but by our capacity to love and be loved. Embracing self-compassion allows us to navigate our feelings without shame or judgment, reminding us that our value is inherent and not contingent upon our social status. As we reflect on the journey to connection, we must embrace vulnerability. It can be daunting to reach out to others, to share our hearts and experiences. However, it is through this vulnerability that we open the door to authentic relationships. Each small step, sending a message, joining a new class, or attending a community event, brings us closer to forming those meaningful connections we desire. Let us remember that community is not just found, it is created. Whether through shared interests, passions, or goals, we have the power to cultivate environments where friendships can blossom. By stepping outside our comfort zones and engaging with others, we can build a network of support that nourishes us and helps us grow. If you find yourself as a woman with no friends, know that you are not alone in this experience. Acknowledge your feelings, embrace self-compassion, and take courageous steps toward connection. The path may be challenging, but it is filled with potential for deep and meaningful relationships. Let's celebrate the journey, knowing that the love and friendship we seek are often just around the corner, waiting for us to take that first brave step. Connection is a fundamental human need, woven into the very fabric of our existence. It transcends cultures, languages, and backgrounds, echoing throughout history in stories of companionship, love, and community. When we think about the importance of connection, we must recognize that it is not just a luxury or an optional part of life. It is essential for our mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. Research has shown that strong social connections can lead to a longer, healthier life. They enhance our immune systems, decrease stress levels, and promote overall happiness. When we feel connected to others, our brains release oxytocin, often referred to as the bonding hormone. This chemical response not only creates feelings of warmth and trust, but also serves as a natural antidote to stress and anxiety. In contrast, a lack of connection can lead to feelings of loneliness, depression, and even physical health issues. The pain of being disconnected from others can be profound, leading us to question our self-worth and the purpose of our lives. Moreover, connection provides us with a sense of belonging. In a world that can often feel chaotic and isolating, knowing that we have people who care for us, who see us for who we truly are, can be incredibly grounding. This sense of belonging allows us to show up authentically in our lives, to share our thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment, and to be vulnerable in ways that deepen our relationships. When we belong, we feel supported in our struggles and celebrated in our victories. We are reminded that we are not alone and that there are others who share our experiences and understand our journeys. As we navigate our lives, the importance of connection becomes even more evident during times of hardship. When we face challenges, be it personal crises, career setbacks, or health issues, having a support network can make all the difference. Friends and loved ones provide not just emotional support, but also practical assistance and encouragement. They remind us of our strengths when we forget them, offer different perspectives when we feel stuck, and simply lend an ear when we need to vent. This support can empower us to face our struggles head-on, fostering resilience and courage. Additionally, connection enriches our lives by exposing us to diverse perspectives and experiences. Through our relationships, we learn from one another, grow in empathy, and expand our understanding of the world. Each person we connect with brings a unique story, a different set of experiences and insights that can profoundly impact our own lives. This exchange of ideas and emotions fosters creativity, innovation, and personal growth. In a world that is increasingly interconnected, the ability to engage with others across various backgrounds and cultures has never been more vital. Finally, let us not forget that connection is a two-way street. The act of reaching out to others, offering support, and building relationships is just as crucial as receiving connection. When we take the initiative to connect, we not only nurture our own need for companionship, but also extend that warmth to others. In this reciprocal dance of relationships, we create a cycle of love, support, and understanding that can transform lives. Every small gesture, whether it's a kind word, a helping hand, or simply being present for someone in need, contributes to a larger tapestry of connection that benefits us all. The importance of connection cannot be overstated. It nourishes our souls, supports our mental health, and enhances our overall quality of life. As we strive to forge deeper relationships with ourselves and others, let us remember that connection is not just about quantity, it's about quality. It's about being present, open, and vulnerable in our interactions, allowing ourselves to be seen and heard. In this way, we can create a rich, fulfilling life anchored in love, understanding, and true connection. Facing loneliness can feel like an overwhelming experience, often shrouded in a sense of despair and isolation that seeps into every aspect of our lives. It's a feeling that can emerge even in the most crowded rooms when we find ourselves longing for genuine connection, yet feeling a profound distance from those around us. The experience of loneliness is unique for each person. It can stem from various sources: relocation to a new city, the end of a significant relationship, or simply the gradual drift that occurs as life changes. This deep sense of isolation can challenge our self-worth and make us question our value in the eyes of others. Loneliness often thrives in silence, where self-critical thoughts can swirl unchallenged. In moments of solitude, our minds can become breeding grounds for negative self-talk. We may ruminate on past relationships or dwell on perceived shortcomings, allowing these thoughts to magnify our feelings of unworthiness. In these vulnerable moments, we may convince ourselves that our loneliness is a reflection of who we are, leading us to believe that we are unlovable or undeserving of companionship. This internal dialogue can create a vicious cycle where loneliness begets further isolation as we withdraw from opportunities to connect out of fear of rejection or judgment. The societal stigma surrounding loneliness often exacerbates this issue. Many individuals fear opening up about their feelings of isolation due to the perception that admitting to loneliness is a sign of weakness. We live in a culture that often celebrates the hustle and the ideal of constant social engagement, which can make those who struggle with loneliness feel inadequate. This stigma can prevent individuals from seeking help or expressing their feelings to friends and family, further entrenching their isolation. In truth, loneliness is a universal experience, an inherent part of the human condition that everyone faces at some point in their lives. Furthermore, loneliness can manifest in various forms, impacting not only our emotional state, but also our physical health. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness can lead to increased risks of health problems, including anxiety, depression, and heart disease. The emotional weight of loneliness can cause physical symptoms, such as fatigue, headaches, and weakened immune response. It is a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of our mental and physical well-being. When we feel isolated, we may also neglect self-care, avoiding activities that bring us joy or comfort, which can create a downward spiral that deepens our feelings of loneliness. Yet within the darkness of loneliness lies the potential for profound personal growth. While it can feel uncomfortable and even painful, loneliness can also be a catalyst for self-discovery. It invites us to turn inward and examine our own thoughts, beliefs, and values without the influence of others. In moments of solitude, we can reflect on what truly matters to us, what we desire from our relationships, and what barriers we may have created that keep us from forming meaningful connections. This process of introspection can illuminate our passions and strengths, helping us to emerge from our loneliness with a clearer sense of purpose and identity. Addressing loneliness requires courage and vulnerability. It often means reaching out, even when every fiber of our being may want to retreat. Taking the first step to connect can feel daunting, but it is crucial for breaking the cycle of isolation. This can involve small acts, sending a text to a friend, joining a local group, or volunteering for a cause we care about. By putting ourselves out there, we can gradually build connections that foster a sense of belonging. It's important to remember that reaching out doesn't guarantee an immediate connection, but each effort is a step toward bridging the gap between loneliness and companionship. Ultimately, facing loneliness is an opportunity to embrace our humanity. It is a reminder that we all crave connection, that we all experience moments of solitude, and that these experiences do not define our worth. By acknowledging our feelings of loneliness without judgment, we can begin to forge a path toward healing and connection. In recognizing that we are not alone in our struggles, we open the door to empathy and understanding both for ourselves and for others. In this shared experience, we can find hope in the possibility of meaningful relationships, reminding ourselves that connection is always within reach, even when it feels distant. Building self-compassion is a transformative practice that allows us to cultivate a kinder, more forgiving relationship with ourselves. In a world that often emphasizes perfectionism and external validation, many individuals struggle with feelings of inadequacy and self-criticism. These harsh judgments can overshadow our intrinsic worth, making it difficult to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. Self-compassion offers a counterbalance to this critical inner dialogue, inviting us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would extend to a friend in times of need. At its core, self-compassion is about acknowledging our shared humanity. It recognizes that suffering, failure, and feelings of inadequacy are universal experiences that connect us all. When we encounter difficulties or setbacks, it's easy to feel isolated, as though we are the only ones grappling with our struggles. However, self-compassion reminds us that everyone faces challenges and we are not alone in our pain. By embracing this perspective, we can shift our focus from self-judgment to a sense of commonality, understanding that our imperfections are part of the human experience. This shift in mindset creates a nurturing space for healing, allowing us to feel more connected to ourselves and others. Cultivating self-compassion also involves learning to respond to our inner critic with gentleness and understanding. Often we are our harshest critics, internalizing negative messages from our upbringing, society, or past experiences. This inner voice can be relentless, criticizing our choices and perpetuating feelings of shame and guilt. To build self-compassion, we must practice recognizing this critical voice without becoming entangled in it. Instead of allowing it to dictate our self-worth, we can consciously choose to respond with kindness. This might involve speaking to ourselves as we would to a dear friend, offering words of encouragement, understanding, and support, rather than condemnation. Over time, this practice can rewire our thought patterns, enabling us to approach ourselves with a sense of warmth and acceptance. Emotional awareness is another key component of self-compassion. It encourages us to acknowledge our feelings without judgment, allowing ourselves to experience the full spectrum of our emotions, both positive and negative. When we face difficult emotions such as sadness, anger, or anxiety, our instinct may be to suppress or ignore them. However, self-compassion teaches us that it is okay to feel these emotions. They are valid and deserve our attention. By allowing ourselves to sit with uncomfortable feelings, we can gain insight into our needs and motivations. This awareness not only fosters self-acceptance, but also empowers us to take constructive action in our lives, whether that means seeking help, setting boundaries, or pursuing activities that bring us joy. Practicing self-care is integral to building self-compassion. It involves recognizing our needs and making choices that prioritize our well-being. This can manifest in various ways, ensuring we get enough rest, engaging in activities that nourish our minds and bodies, and surrounding ourselves with supportive people. By taking deliberate steps to care for ourselves, we reinforce the message that we are worthy of love and attention. This practice encourages us to tune into our feelings and desires, fostering a deeper understanding of what we need to thrive. Self-care is not a luxury, it is an essential part of self-compassion that allows us to show up fully in our lives and relationships. Moreover, building self-compassion is a journey that requires patience and practice. It is not a destination we arrive at overnight, but rather a lifelong commitment to nurturing a positive relationship with ourselves. This journey can be fraught with challenges, particularly if we have spent years cultivating a habit of self-criticism. It's important to approach this process with gentleness, recognizing that setbacks are a natural part of growth. Instead of viewing these moments as failures, we can embrace them as opportunities to deepen our self-compassion. Each time we catch ourselves being self-critical, we can choose to respond with kindness, reinforcing the belief that we are deserving of love and understanding regardless of our flaws or mistakes. Finally, the ripple effect of self-compassion extends beyond ourselves. As we learn to treat ourselves with kindness, we become better equipped to extend that same compassion to others. This practice encourages empathy and understanding in our relationships, fostering connections that are built on trust and support. When we recognize our shared humanity, we become more attuned to the struggles of those around us, allowing us to offer genuine support and encouragement. In this way, self-compassion not only transforms our inner world, but also enriches our interactions with others, creating a more compassionate community. Building self-compassion is a powerful and life-affirming practice that enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. It invites us to embrace our humanity, respond to ourselves with kindness, and prioritize our well-being. Through patience and practice, we can cultivate a deep sense of self-acceptance that empowers us to thrive, while also fostering connections that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that we are all deserving of love and compassion, both from ourselves and from others. The journey of connection is an intricate tapestry woven from the threads of vulnerability, courage, and authentic interaction. At its essence, connection is not merely about the quantity of relationships we forge, but rather the quality of those connections and the depth of understanding we cultivate with others. This journey begins with recognizing our innate desire for connection, an intrinsic part of being human. From the moment we are born, we seek the warmth of touch, the soothing sound of a caregiver's voice, and the safety that comes from being held close. As we grow, this longing for connection transforms, becoming more complex and layered, yet it remains a fundamental aspect of our emotional landscape. As we navigate through life, we often encounter various barriers to connection. Fear is perhaps the most significant of these obstacles. The fear of rejection, judgment, or vulnerability can keep us from reaching out to others. We might build walls around our hearts, convincing ourselves that it's safer to remain distant than to risk the pain of disappointment. In these moments, we must recognize that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a powerful act of courage. It takes strength to expose our true selves, to share our hopes, fears, and dreams with others. When we dare to be vulnerable, we create space for genuine connection to flourish. We invite others into our stories and offer them a glimpse into our hearts, forging bonds that are grounded in authenticity and understanding. Building connections often requires us to step outside our comfort zones. It can be daunting to approach new people or to rekindle relationships that have faded over time. However, it is within these brave moments that the potential for meaningful connection lies. Each interaction is an opportunity to learn something new about ourselves and others. We can begin by seeking common interests, participating in community events, or simply striking up a conversation with someone who shares a similar experience. These small steps can lead to profound connections, creating a sense of belonging that enriches our lives. It's essential to be open and curious, allowing ourselves to explore the unique perspectives and stories that each individual brings to the table. As we embark on this journey, it is vital to cultivate a mindset of empathy. Understanding and appreciating the experiences of others deepens our connections and fosters a sense of community. Empathy invites us to listen actively, to seek to understand rather than respond. It is about putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and recognizing their struggles and joys as valid and real. This mutual understanding lays the groundwork for trust, a cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. Trust takes time to build but can be shattered in an instant. Thus, we must be mindful of how we engage with one another. Being reliable, respectful, and honest in our interactions reinforces the bonds we create and encourages others to do the same. While the journey of connection can be incredibly rewarding, it is not without its challenges. Conflicts may arise, misunderstandings can occur, and sometimes we may feel a disconnection even with those we are closest to. These moments can be painful, prompting us to question our relationships and our worth. Yet these challenges can also serve as opportunities for growth. When we face conflict, we are called to engage in open and honest communication. It's essential to express our feelings, seek clarification, and work toward resolution. Navigating through these difficult moments with grace and understanding can strengthen our connections, teaching us valuable lessons about ourselves and others. Moreover, we must also recognize that not every connection will last forever. Life is fluid and people move in and out of our lives for various reasons. Some connections may fade as circumstances change or as our interests evolve. While it can be disheartening to lose a friendship or feel a distance grow between ourselves and someone we care about, it's important to honor the experiences we shared and to appreciate the growth that these relationships brought into our lives. Each connection, no matter how fleeting, contributes to our journey and shapes who we are. As we continue on the journey of connection, it is essential to practice gratitude. Acknowledging and appreciating the people who enrich our lives can deepen our sense of connection. Simple acts of gratitude, whether it's a heartfelt note, a sincere compliment, or an expression of thanks, can strengthen our bonds and remind us of the positive impact others have on our well-being. By fostering an attitude of gratitude, we create a ripple effect, encouraging others to share their appreciation as well. This shared recognition can foster a culture of kindness and connection within our communities. Ultimately, the journey of connection is about creating a network of support that allows us to thrive. As we build and nurture relationships, we not only enhance our own lives, but also contribute to the well-being of others. In a world that can sometimes feel fragmented, our connections remind us that we are part of something greater. We are not alone in our experiences. Our stories intertwine with those of others, creating a rich mosaic of shared humanity. This journey encourages us to embrace the beauty of connection in all its forms: friendships, familial ties, and even fleeting encounters with strangers. Each interaction holds the potential for growth, understanding, and joy. The journey of connection is a lifelong adventure that challenges us to be vulnerable, empathetic, and open to the possibilities that lie within each relationship. It invites us to step outside our comfort zones, to engage with others authentically, and to navigate the complexities of human interaction with grace. Through this journey, we discover not only the richness of our connections, but also the beauty of our shared humanity, reminding us that we are all in this together, each of us deserving of love, understanding, and meaningful connection. Finding community is a profound journey that speaks to the core of what it means to be human. In an increasingly interconnected yet paradoxically isolating world, the search for community becomes an essential endeavor that offers not just companionship, but a sense of belonging and purpose. At its heart, community represents a collective space where individuals come together, share their experiences, and support one another through the ups and downs of life. This search for connection often begins with an innate desire for relationship and understanding that we are not meant to navigate the complexities of life alone. The quest for community typically begins with self-exploration. Before we can find a community that resonates with us, we must first understand who we are, what we value, and what we seek from our relationships with others. This self-reflection can be both enlightening and challenging, prompting us to examine our interests, passions, and needs. What brings us joy? What causes do we care about? What kind of people do we feel drawn to? By exploring these questions, we can gain clarity on the type of community that will nourish our spirits and align with our authentic selves. This journey of self-discovery is not only about defining our preferences, but also about recognizing our unique contributions to a community. Each of us has something valuable to offer, and understanding our strengths can empower us to seek out spaces where we can share those gifts. Once we have a clearer sense of ourselves, we can begin to actively seek out communities that resonate with our values and interests. This might involve exploring local groups, attending events, or engaging in online communities that align with our passions. The digital age has opened up a myriad of opportunities for connection, allowing us to connect with like-minded individuals across the globe. Social media, online forums, and virtual meetups offer platforms for individuals to find community without the constraints of geography. However, it is essential to approach these spaces with discernment, ensuring that the communities we engage with promote positivity, inclusivity, and genuine connection. In the process of finding community, we must also be willing to embrace vulnerability. Building authentic relationships often requires us to step outside our comfort zones, opening ourselves up to new experiences and people. This vulnerability can feel daunting as it involves risking rejection and navigating the uncertainties of new connections. However, it is precisely in these moments of uncertainty that we can discover the richness of human connection. By sharing our stories, expressing our thoughts, and being honest about our struggles, we create pathways for deeper connections to form. Vulnerability fosters empathy, as it allows others to see our true selves, breaking down the barriers that often keep us isolated. Once we find ourselves in a community, it's important to engage actively and contribute to the collective spirit. Each community thrives on the participation and involvement of its members. By sharing our talents, offering support, and taking on roles within the group, we strengthen the bonds that tie us together. This reciprocal relationship enriches our experience and fosters a sense of ownership and belonging. Whether it's volunteering our time, sharing our skills, or simply being present for others, our contributions can make a significant impact on the overall health of the community. In return, the support we receive from the community can be a powerful source of encouragement, motivation, and validation, reinforcing our sense of connection. Finding community also involves recognizing that no group is perfect. Conflicts may arise, misunderstandings can occur, and differences in opinions may surface. Navigating these challenges requires patience, open-mindedness, and effective communication. It's essential to approach conflicts with empathy, seeking to understand the perspectives of others rather than simply reacting defensively. In these moments, we have an opportunity to deepen our relationships by addressing issues constructively, fostering a culture of trust and respect. The ability to work through challenges together strengthens our bonds and ultimately fortifies the community. As we continue on this journey, we should also embrace the idea that community can take many forms. It's not limited to traditional notions of family or friendship groups. Community can be found in various spaces through hobbies, professional networks, spiritual groups, or even in shared interests like art, sports, or activism. The diversity of community is what makes it rich and vibrant, allowing us to learn from one another and grow as individuals. Each community offers a unique tapestry of experiences and perspectives, contributing to our overall understanding of the world and enriching our lives in ways we may not have anticipated. Moreover, finding community is a dynamic process that can evolve over time. As we grow and change, our needs and desires may shift, leading us to seek out new communities that better align with our current selves. This fluidity is a natural part of life, and it's important to honor our evolving journey. There's no need to feel guilt or shame for moving on from a community that no longer serves us. Rather, we should celebrate the connections we made and the lessons we learned during our time there. Each chapter in our community journey adds depth to our story, shaping who we are and who we will become. The journey of finding community is a vital aspect of our human experience. It invites us to explore our identities, embrace vulnerability, and engage actively with others. Through this journey, we discover the immense value of connection, support, and shared experience. While the path may have its challenges, the rewards of finding a community where we belong and are valued are immeasurable. As we cultivate relationships and nurture our communities, we contribute not only to our own well-being, but also to the collective spirit that binds us all together. Ultimately, finding community enriches our lives, providing a sense of purpose, connection, and belonging that is essential for our growth and fulfillment. The journey of finding community is an essential and enriching aspect of our human experience. It invites us to explore our identities, engage with others, and embrace the beauty of connection. Through vulnerability and openness, we create authentic relationships that foster a sense of belonging and support. While the path may present challenges, including fear, misunderstanding, and conflict, these obstacles also offer opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. The diverse forms of community we encounter reflect the richness of our shared humanity. Each connection we forge, whether through friendships, shared interests, or professional networks, contributes to our personal and collective narratives. As we navigate this journey, we learn the value of empathy, compassion, and active participation, recognizing that our contributions can significantly impact those around us. Ultimately, finding community provides us with a sense of purpose, connection, and belonging that is vital for our well-being. It enriches our lives, offering support and encouragement as we face life's challenges. In cultivating and nurturing our communities, we not only enhance our own experiences, but also contribute to a collective spirit of understanding and resilience. As we move forward on this journey, let us embrace the power of connection, honoring the relationships we build and the shared moments that unite us in this intricate tapestry of life.